الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. This lesson is about the testimony of the prophets of Allah, in particular the testimony of Isa ibn Maryam on the Day of Judgment. That has been explained in the end ayat of Surah Al-Ma'idah, starting from Yawma Yajma'u Allahu Rusul, ayah number 109. So that is the topic today. So let me read a few ayat in the beginning. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يوم يجمع الله الرسل فيقول ماذا أجبتم قالوا لا علم لنا إنك أنت علام الغيوب. One day will Allah gather the apostles together and ask, what was the response you received from men to your teaching? They will say, we have no knowledge. It is thou who knowest in full all that is hidden. إذ قال الله يا عيسى ابن مريم اذكر نعمتي عليك وعلى والدتك إذ أيدتك بروح القدس تكلم الناس في المهد وكهلا وإذ علمتك الكتاب والحكمة والتوراة والإنجيل وإذ تخلق من الطين كهيئة الطير بإذني فتنفخ فيها فتكون طيرا بإذني وتبرئ الأكمه والأبرص بإذني وإذ تخرج الموتى بإذني وإذ كففت بني إسرائيل عنك إذ جئتهم بالبينات فقال الذين كفروا منهم إن هذا إلا سحر مبين. Then will Allah say, O Jesus, the son of Mary, recount my favor to thee and to thy mother. Behold, I strengthened thee with the Holy Spirit, so that thou didst speak to the people in childhood and in maturity. Behold, I taught thee the book and wisdom, the law and the gospel. And behold, thou makest out of clay, as it were, the figure of a bird by my leave. And thou breathest into it, and thou breathes into it, and it becometh a bird by my leave. And thou healest those born blind and the lepers by my leave. And behold, thou bringest forth the dead by my leave. And behold, I did restrain the children of Israel from violence to thee, when thou didst show them the clear signs. And the unbelievers among them said, this is nothing but evident magic. So I have just read two ayat. The second ayah was a very long one. That is the end of Surah Al-Ma'idah. And I have explained this thing before as well, that each surah got one subject matter. So if you got that subject matter, then you can find out the whole surah as a one unit. All ayat are knitted together. So what is the subject matter of this surah? Right from the beginning, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning about holding your covenants. Be true to your covenants. Fulfill your covenants. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu awfu bil uqud. O believer, you have to fulfill your uqud, your contracts. And after that, so you can say that the first thing is the contract, and then the second thing is mithaq. Mithaq means that pledge which you have given to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ayah number 7. وَاذْكُرُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ وَمِيثَاقَهُ الَّذِي وَاثَقَكُمْ بِهِ إِذْ قُلْتُمْ سَمِعْنَا وَأَطَعْنَا وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ إِنَّ اللَّهَ عَلِيمٌ بِذَاتِ الصُّدُورِ. And remember the grace of Allah upon you and His mithaq, His pledge, الَّذِي وَاسَقَكُمْ بِهِ, which He has made upon you. إِذْ قُلْتُمْ سَمِعْنَا وَأَطَعْنَا, when you said, we have heard and we have obeyed, وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ إِنَّ اللَّهَ عَلِيمٌ بِذَاتِ الصُّدُورِ. So, fulfilling the contracts, and then fulfilling the pledge, and then give a testimony for this deen. Next ayah. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا كُونُوا قَوَّامِينَ لِلَّهِ شُهَدَاءَ بِالْقِسْطِ. O believer, stand. قَوَّامِين, stand, yani stand with the truths. قَوَّامِينَ بِالْحَقِّ. Stand for the truths. Lillah, just for the sake of Allah, not for the sake of fulan and Allah, not for the sake of to pleasing someone, just for the sake of Allah, say the truths. وَلَا يَجْرِمَنَّكُمْ شَنَآنُ قَوْمٍ عَلَىٰ أَلَّا تَعْدِلُوا. And if you despise some people, this must not make you hate them. This must not make you not to do justice. اعدلوا, do justice. هو أقرب للتقوى. Doing justice is very nearer to taqwa. وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ إِنَّ اللَّهَ خَبِيرٌ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ. And have the fear of Allah. Allah knows whatever you do. So, this is the main subject of Surah Al-Ma'idah, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has taken a pledge from you, and be true to that pledge and be a good witness for Islam. Good witness, yani with your saying, with your action, stand for the truth, stand for the justice. So in this surah, right from the beginning, this is the topic which keeps on throughout the ayat of Surah Al-Ma'idah. And before these ayat which I have just recited, 109, يَوْمَ يَجْمَعُ اللَّهُ الرُّسُلِ, that is the testimony of the prophets. Before that, there is another case of testimony of this dunya, in this world. So there is a specific case of two people, more than two, any person who is traveling, and during the traveling he has to give, he faces death, he is about to die. And he got some valuable things with him. So he gives these valuable things to someone who is accompanying him and make them a witness upon it, that take these things and give it to my family. So these two persons, if they are not Muslims, there are only non-Muslims available, then you can have non-Muslim as well. But there should be two witnesses. Later, if these two witnesses mistrust, they do betray the trust, then what is going to happen? Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, all right, those people who are the family of that person, among them, two other persons should stand, and they say that we are going to give the testimony against these two persons. They are betraying, they are lying, they are fabricating. So, these two new persons' testimony is going to be taken, and this is how these ayats speak about it. And just to make it firm, this covenant or this pledge firm, they are asked to take or to swear in the name of Allah after a prayer in the mosque, to make it more strong. Now these are the ayat. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O believers, shahadatu bainakum idha hadara ahadakum al-maut. If death comes to you, hina al-wasiyat isnani zawa adlin minkum, and there is the time of this legacy, there should be two just person. Or akharani min ghayrikum, or to someone else, not Muslims, if two Muslims are not available. In antum darabtum fil ardi fa asabatkum musibatul maut, if you were traveling in the land and death comes to you. تحبسونهما من بعد الصلاة فيقسمان بالله إن ارتبتم لا نشتري به ثمنا. So what you are going to do, you will contain these two witnesses after the prayer in the mosque and take from them an oath in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that they are not lying and they are not going to betray this trust. Of course, if they are non-Muslims, then you don't bring them into the mosque because they got no regard for the mosque. So this is why it is better take them to their mosque, to their chapel or to their synagogue, because they have regard for their own worship or worship places, so they can have this swearing there. فَيُقْسِمَانِ بِاللَّهِ إِنِ ارْتَبْتُمْ لَا نَشْتَرِي بِهِ ثَمَنًا وَلَوْ كَانَ ذَا قُرْبَى. And they have to make this pledge that we are not going to sell out this trust, even if it is, if it belongs to our own kith and kin. وَلَا نَكْتُمُ شَهَادَةَ اللَّهِ إِنَّا إِذًا لَمِنَ الْآثِمِينَ. And we are not hiding the testimony of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and if we do that, we are the sinners. فَإِنْ أُصِرَ عَلَىٰ أَنَّهُمَا اسْتَحَقَّا إِثْمًا فَآخَرَانِ يَقُومَانِ مَقَامَهُمَا. But if it is discovered that these two persons have fabricated, have lied, and they have betrayed the trust, then فَآخَرَانِ يَقُومَانِ. Two other people are going to stand. مِنَ الَّذِينَ اسْتَحَقَّ عَلَيْهِمُ الْأَوْلَيَانِ. Two other people should stand against these two people who betrayed the trust. فَيُقْسِمَانِ بِاللَّهِ لَشَهَادَتُنَا أَحَقُّ مِنْ شَهَادَتِهِمَا. And they are going to swear that our testimony is more deserving to be accepted than their testimony. وَمَا اعْتَدَيْنَا إِنَّا إِذًا لَمِنَ الظَّالِمِينَ. And we are not going to transgress, and if we do that, then we are among the zalimin, wrongdoers. ذَلِكَ أَدْنَا أَنْ يَأْتُوا بِالشَّهَادَةِ عَلَى وَجْهِهَا. Why this process? So the people could bring the testimony which is the way it is required. أَوْ يَخَافُوا أَن تُرَدَّ أَيْمَانٌ بَعْدَ أَيْمَانِهِمْ. And also, they should know that if they commit any lies, if they fabricate, then their testimony is going to be rejected. So this is going to deter them from lying and fabricating. وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَاسْمَعُوا وَاللَّهُ لَا يَهْدِي الْقَوْمَ الْفَاسِقِينَ. So there is a case which happened during the time of the Prophet ﷺ. That is, there were a person who was traveling, who is from the tribe of Banu Saham. His name was Budayl bin Abi Maryam. When he was traveling towards Syria, then this is what happened, that he became ill and he was about to die. So he appointed two witnesses. One is Tamim ad-Dari and one is Adi ibn Badda. He made them witness and he gave them whatever he got, all his possessions, all his valuables, including a silver jam, a silver type of vase. So it was a valuable thing. And he said that, please, when you go back, give it to my family. So Tamim ad-Dari, he became Muslim later. Tamim ad-Dari is a very famous Sahabi because of two ahadith. Anybody who can tell me one hadith? One is hadith of Dajjal. Yes. Asani ad-Dinu an-Nasiha. That is in Sahih Muslim. Ad-Dinu an-Nasiha. Deen is Nasiha. So Tamim ad-Dari is the reporter of these two very, very important hadiths. But at that time he was not Muslim. And the second person, Ali ibn Badda, with him. So they were not Muslims, so they took the valuables. They sold this vase for 1,000 dirham. Each one of them took 500 dirham. And when they came back to Al-Madinah, they gave his family whatever valuables they got with them, apart from this silver vase. They did not speak about it. So the family said, no, he got a silver vase as well. Where it is? Said, no, we don't know about it. No, we are not given anything about that. So that is the case which happened, that they denied. At that time, from that family of Banu Saham, who is Budayl ibn Abi Maryam, Amr ibn As stood up, Amr ibn As and another person. And they said, we are going to give this testimony that this person, when he traveled from here, he got a silver vase as well. So we give this testimony. So this is what Quran is telling us, that the first two persons, they were rejected, and the testimony of these two other persons were accepted. And now they were asked, the previous two persons, they were asked to bring the money. So Tamim ad-Dari gave 500 dirham, and he said, take the other 500 dirham from Adi ibn Badda. So they went to Adi. First he denied, but later, when they said, no, the truth has been exposed, and you have stolen it, then he has to give this money as well. So that is the case which is mentioned before these ayat. So here there is a testimony in a worldly matter, which I have just discussed with you. And now comes the testimony in a matter of deen. That is more important. يَوْمَ يَجْمَعُ اللَّهُ الرُّسُلِ Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will gather together all the messengers, فَيَقُولُ مَاذَا أُجِبْتُمْ, and He will ask them, how was the response? How was the response of the people to you? قَالُوا لَا عِلْمَ لَنَا إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ عَلَّامُ الْغُيُوبِ, and they would say, we got no knowledge. Yani, in comparison to your knowledge is so vast. So what knowledge we got? إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ عَلَّامُ الْغُيُوبِ, you know everything. You got all the knowledge of the hidden things. So, messengers of Allah, of course, they knew what was the response. But when they said, La ilma lana, they might have thought that we don't know what happened after us, when we left this world, when we passed away, how the people have treated this religion which we have passed to them. So we don't know about it. This is the same thing which is going to come in the testimony of Isa alayhi salam, when he said that I don't know what the people have done after me. Once I was lifted to the heaven, I don't know what these people have done. I did not tell them the Trinity, to believe in Trinity. I did not say to them, worship me and my mother. So this is how they have said, La ilma lana. We got no knowledge. Innaka anta allamul ghuyub. Indeed, you are the one who knows all the hidden things. So one thing which is, we understand that the messenger of Allah is a witness. Witness for what? For this deen. Inna arsalna ilaykum rasulan shahidan alaykum kama arsalna ila fir'auna rasula fa'asa fir'aun rasul. Which surah is that? Now? Surah Muzammil. We have sent you a messenger as we have sent a messenger to Fir'aun. That was Musa alayhi salam. وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا لِتَكُونُوا شُهَدَاءَ عَلَى النَّاسِ وَيَكُونَ الرَّسُولُ عَلَيْكُمْ شَهِيدًا. And we have made you a balanced ummah, so you become witnesses to the people, as the Prophet, our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is a witness to you. فَكَيْفَ إِذَا جِئْنَا مِنْ كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ بِشَهِيدٍ وَجِئْنَا بِكَ عَلَى هَؤُلَاءِ شَهِيدًا. That is in Surah Al-Nisa. How? When we are going to bring one witness from each and every people, and O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we are going to bring you as a witness upon these people, upon this, those people who say we are Muslim. So messenger is a witness. Ummah is a witness. You are the Ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and you are the witness for this deen. On the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would ask those فَلَنَسْأَلَنَّ الَّذِينَ أُرْسِلَ إِلَيْهِمْ وَلَنَسْأَلَنَّ الْمُرْسَلِينَ. We will ask those people to whom messengers were sent, and we will ask the messengers as well, both. Don't think that there will be no questioning. No. A messenger has come to you. He brought you the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How did you respond to that deen? That is the testimony. Then it comes, the next ayah is قَالَ اللَّهُ يَا عِيسَى ibn Maryam. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, O Isa ibn Maryam. There is something very interesting to say about the Arabic words, huruf. Arabic words, huruf. These Arabic words are of two types, muhmala and mu'jama. Muhmala which got no nuqta, like ha, dal, ra, no, which got no nuqta. And mu'jama, which got nuqta, like ba, ta, tha, jeen, kha, zal, za, they got nuqta. So they called mu'jama. Which one are more powerful? Which words are more stronger? Without. Yes. Those huruf which are without nuqta, they are more powerful because they don't need nuqta to express themselves. So the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they are all huruf without nuqta. Alif, lam, lam, ha. The name of Muhammad, no nuqta. Mim, ha, mim, dal. The name Ahmad, alif, ha, mim, dal, no nuqta as well. So this is a characteristics of Arabic language as well, that even among the huruf, among the words, they are powerful, less powerful. They all make, anyhow, your kalam. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, it would be on the day of the Ya Isa ibn Maryam, Ya Isa ibn Maryam, Isa ibn Maryam, Isa ibn Maryam, son of Maryam. Why always Al-Quran Isa ibn Maryam? Because Isa alayhi salam got no father. No father. Bible will tell you his father was, who was his father? Yusuf al-Najjar. Yusuf al-Najjar. Yusuf the woodcutter. This is what Bible says, but Quran says no, he got no father at all. So if someone got no father, then he should be attributed to his mother. But as far as the sunnah is, our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Hassinu asma'akum, wa innakum tud'awna yawm al-qiyamati bi asma'i abaikum." Have good names. On the day of judgment, you are going to be called upon with the names of your fathers, with the name of your fathers. Each one got a father. But the person who got no legitimate father, then he is going to be attributed to his mother. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ya Isa ibn Maryam, uskur ni'mati alayk, remember my grace upon you, wa ala walidatika, and upon your mother, is ayyatuka bi ruhil qudus, when I supported you, strengthened you, with Ruh al-Qudus, with the Holy Spirit. My grace upon you, Isa alayhi salam, he remained among his people for 3 years. So the Jews surrounding him at that time, or Banu Israel, Israelites, they wanted to harm him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved him from their harm. And they also accused Maryam alayhi salam with so many allegations. Oh, from where you got this child? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved her from their accusation as well. And then, تُكَلِّمُ النَّاسَ فِي الْمَهْدِ وَكَهْلًا, you speak to the people when you are in the cradle and when you are kahl. Speaking in the cradle, that is a mu'jiza, that is a miracle from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because the people were saying to Maryam, from where you got this child? فَأَشَارَتْ إِلَيْهِ, so Maryam alayhi salam pointed towards the babe. قَالَ إِنِّي عَبْدُ اللَّهِ آتَانِيَ الْكِتَابَ وَجَعَلَنِي نَبِيًّا. And then Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam started speaking in his cradle. Inni Abdullah, I am Abdullah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given me the book. He has made me a prophet. So that was a miracle, a mu'jiza from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When he says وَكَهْلًا, and you also speak to them when you are kahl. A man passes through many stages in his life. Embryo, then born, is a baby, a child, tifl, walad, a boy, a young man, youth. So this young age lasts around 30, 33 years. That is the young age. After that, the person is called Kahal. The Kahal which starts from 33 until 50 it goes. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying about Isa alayhi salam that you used to speak to the people in the cradle. That is a mu'jiza, yes, because people don't speak in the cradle. But everybody speaks when he is Kahal, at age 30, 33. That is not a mu'jiza, everybody speaks. So why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned Kahlan? Why? Because Kuhula, the old age, this age of Isa alayhi salam is different from all other people. Isa alayhi salam was lifted alive at the age of 33 to the heaven. And then he would remain with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for a long, long period. We don't know how long it is, until before the end of the day, before the end of the last day, he is going to come back once again. So his kuhula, when he will come back, he would be in the very same age in which he has been lifted alive. So his old age is different from other people. He is coming after thousands and thousands of years, Allah knows better, and still he is Kahal. So this is why the word Kahal indicates something very important. That is one of the evidences of Quran about the second coming of Isa alayhi salam. There is no other prophet who is coming back except Isa alayhi salam. يُكَلِّمُ النَّاسَ فِي الْمَهْدِ وَكَهْلًا. Some people say, why Isa alayhi salam is coming back? Why not our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? Why this excellence is given to Isa alayhi salam? The answer is that in Isa alayhi salam, two major nations are distracted, and they were deviated from the right path. In his first coming, the Jews said, you are not Isa our Messiah, whom we are waiting. You are not that person. So they denied him. They rejected him. And they still reject him. The other people who also were misled, they were the Christians who said that Isa alayhi salam is God, or one of the three gods. So they also distracted in the matter of deen because of Isa alayhi salam. So Isa alayhi salam was sent once again, is going to be sent once again to prove to these two people what is the reality. To the Jews, he is going to tell them that I was the same Messiah you are waiting for. But the pity is that at that time a false Messiah would appear who is known as the Dajjal, impostor. And when this false Messiah appears, these very people who rejected him at the first coming, they will reject him again and they will follow the Dajjal. They say that the Dajjal would come, then around 40,000 of the Jews of Isfahan would follow him. Anyhow, this is the main reason for which Isa alayhi salam is coming. And I have also explained the difference between Nabi and Rasul, and this is also associated with this subject. وَإِذْ عَلَّمْتُكَ الْكِتَابَ وَالْحِكْمَةَ وَالتَّوْرَاةَ وَالْإِنْجِيلَ. And remember, when I taught you the book and the wisdom and Tawrat and Injil, are there four things? The book, the hikmah, the Tawrat, the Injil, are these four things? Or you can say, Al-Kitab is explained by Al-Tawrat. Al-Hikmah is explained by Al-Injil. So, when he said, I have given you the book, which is coming later, but Tawrat, that is Tawrat, book. And we also said in so many lessons that the word kutiba, in Quran, kutiba alaykum al-qital, kutiba alaykum al-siyam, kutiba alaykum iza hadara ahdakum al-maut, al-wasiyya. Kutiba means it is decreed upon you, it is written upon you. So all these collections of kutiba becomes kitab. So Tawrat is all commandments. Mainly it is commandments. And Injil is mainly wisdom. They are just, there are so many similitudes, parables. There is no law in Injil at all. The law is the law of Tawrat with them. وَيَسْتَخْلُقُ مِنَ الطِّينِ كَحَيَّةِ الطَّيْرِ بِإِذْنِي فَتَنْفُخُ فِيهَا فَتَكُونَ طَيْرًا بِإِذْنِي. Remember when you used to create out of clay something like a bird. بِإِذْنِي. You see the repeat of بِإِذْنِي. Once, 2, 3, 4. 4 times بِإِذْنِي. With my permission. To prove that whatever Isa a.s. has done, it was with the permission of Allah. He was not a God who was doing it by himself. No, it was the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, you make a bird type of thing with my permission, then you breathe into it, blow into it, then it becomes a real bird bi-izni, with my permission. You see the word تَخْلُقُ مِنَ الطِّينِ كَهَيْئَةِ الطَّيْرِ, making the form of a bird of clay. For that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has used the word تَخْلُقُ, when you are creating. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said فَتَبَارَكَ اللَّهُ, then فَتَبَارَكَ اللَّهُ أَحْسَنُ الْخَالِقِينَ. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be blessed, أَحْسَنُ الْخَالِقِينَ, the best of creators. Some people they say, oh, Allah is only the best of the creator, but there are other creators as well. So it proves that there are so many creators. So let us understand that this word takhluqu, khalaqa, is used only for making a shape of a bird or a human being. It is also, the word khalaqa is also used for that, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has used it. But the real khalq, when it becomes alive, that is only in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَتُبْرِئُ الْأَكْمَى وَالْأَبْرَصَ بِإِذْنِي, and you recover a blind person who is al-akmah, blind from his birth, وَالْأَبْرَصَ, a leper, بِإِذْنِي, with my permission. وَيَسْتُخْرِجُ الْمَوْتَى بِإِذْنِي, when you bring the dead people with my permission, dead people out, and even from the grave. تُخْرِجُ, you see, تُخْرِجُ, the word تُخْرِجُ, here it means تُحْيي, yani you give life. Giving life, so the word تُخْرَجُ, إِخْرَاج, also is used for that purpose. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, أَيَعِدُكُمْ أَنَّكُمْ إِذَا مِتُّمْ وَكُنْتُمْ تُرَابًا وَعِظَامًا أَنَّكُمْ مُخْرَجُونَ. This, kuffar people said to other people about the Prophet, is he promising you that once you die and you become turned into clay and bones, أَنَّكُمْ مُخْرَجُونَ, that you are going to come out once again? So coming out once again means to become alive once again. وَإِذْ كَفَفْتُ بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ عَنْكَ إِذْ جِئْتَهُمْ بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ, and when I held Bani Israel away from you, when you brought them the clear evidences, فَقَالَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا مِنْهُمْ إِنْ هَذَا إِلَّا سِحْرٌ مُبِينٌ. At that time, kuffar people among them said, this is a clear magic. Why they said it is a clear magic? Because the punishment of magic in Bani Israel, in Tawrat, is also killing. The person who does magic, he should be killed. So this is why they wanted to find out a way for Isa a.s. to be punished. So they say, you are a sahir, you are a magician. Now the next ayah. وَإِذْ أَوْحَيْتُ إِلَى الْحَوَارِيِّينَ أَنْ آمِنُوا بِي وَبِرَسُولِي قَالُوا آمَنَّا وَاشْهَدْ بِأَنَّنَا مُسْلِمُونَ. And when I revealed to the disciples to believe in me and in my messengers, they said, we believed, and be a witness that we are Muslim. وَإِذْ أَوْحَيْتُ إِلَى الْحَوَارِيِّينَ. Now the word awha, wahi, revelation, this is of different types. So this is why we We don't believe that it was a wahi through Jibreel to the disciple. No, the disciple did not receive wahi, revelation through Jibreel. No, it is only the prophets of Allah who received that revelation. But wahi got other meaning as well. وَإِذْ أَوْحَى رَبُّكَ إِلَى النَّحْلِ أَنِ اتَّخِذِي مِنَ الْجِبَالِ بُيُوتًا. And when we have revealed to the bee, this is just an insect that make your hives in the mountains. So this awha, putting into its nature, that is called also awha. And then وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَىٰ أُمِّ مُوسَىٰ أَنِ ارْضِعِيهِ. And we have revealed to the mother of Musa to suckle the babe. Was it a revelation coming through Jibreel? No, it is something which is placed in his mind, in her mind. In the same way, وَإِنَّ الشَّيَاطِينَ لَيُوحُونَ إِلَىٰ أَوْلِيَائِهِمْ. Certain people, they do reveal to their own friends. So shaitan is going to do wahi, means the same thing, putting thoughts into the minds of other people. But when it comes through Jibreel alayhi salam, then it is the real wahi. مَا كَانَ لِبَشَرٍ أَن يُكَلِّمَهُ اللَّهُ إِلَّا وَحْيًا أَوْ مِنْ وَرَاءِ حِجَابٍ أَوْ يُرْسِلَ رَسُولًا فَيُوحِيَ بِإِذْنِهِ مَا يَشَاءُ. That is the proper wahi. So when the word here is used, وَإِذْ أَوْحَيْتُ إِلَى الْحَوَارِيِّينَ, when I have revealed to the disciples, it does not mean that it is through Jibreel, it is to place in their mind. Believe in Isa alayhi salam, believe in me and my messenger, who is Isa alayhi salam. And they believed. That is a great honor. Isa alayhi salam was responded by some people, at least by some people. They believed in him. There were some messengers who got no believer at all. No believer. On the day of judgment, standing alone. No believer at all. And who is the one who got the biggest number of the people behind him? You know that, huh? Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Isa alayhi salam got at least these 12 disciples. Hawari. إِذْ قَالَ الْحَوَارِيُّونَ يَا عِيسَى ابْنَ مَرْيَمَ هَلْ يَسْتَطِيعُ رَبُّكَ أَن يُنَزِّلَ عَلَيْنَا مَائِدَةً مِنَ السَّمَاءِ قَالَ اتَّقُوا اللَّهَ إِن كُنتُم مُّؤْمِنِينَ. When these disciples said to Isa ibn Maryam, Ya Isa ibn Maryam, they are not saying, Father. They are not saying, God. They are not saying that. They say, Ya Isa ibn Maryam. They were saying, Ya Isa ibn Maryam. That was the religion of the disciple. They asked one thing, Hal yastati'u rabbuka? Can your Lord bring us down ma'idatan min as-sama? Ma'idatan min as-sama? What is ma'idatan min as-sama? A food table. A table on which is food, that is ma'idah. Can he bring a table from the heaven? He said, Ittaqullah, fear Allah, in kuntum mu'minin, if you are believer. إِذْ قَالَ الْحَوَارِيُّونَ يَا عِيسَى ابْنَ مَرْيَمَ هَلْ يَسْتَطِيعُ رَبُّكَ. There is a humbleness here. They know that this is a very, very easy thing for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bring some food for them. Food which is coming on his table spread. But it is just a way of good manner to say, Ya Isa ibn Maryam, can your Lord do that? Can your Lord do that? And bring us a table on which the food is spread. This is ta'addub, this is a good manner. The other recitation or the other qira'ah here is هل تستطيع ربك هل تستطيع ربك. Can you ask your Lord? This is what it means. Can you ask your Lord to bring down upon us a table upon which the food is spread? This is just like Ibrahim alayhi salam. He asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala what? Arini kayfa tuhyi al-mawta. Allah, show me how you are going to give life to the dead people. But this is more like the demand of Banu Israel when they said to Musa alayhi salam, أَرِنَا اللَّهَ جَهْرَةً فَأَخَذَتْكُمُ الصَّاعِقَةُ وَأَنْتُمْ تَنْظُرُونَ. When they said to Musa alayhi salam, show us Allah, physically, jahratan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not like that demand. فَأَخَذَتْكُمُ الصَّاعِقَةُ. Then what happens? Sa'iqa, a big thunder with, you can say, that thunder was so big and so enormous that they all fell down unconscious, dead. They should not ask things like this from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already sent so many evidences for His deen, for His religion. Because once something of this nature comes and then you don't believe, what is going to happen to you? It is just like the people of Samud, they were asking, is she-camel coming from the rock? And Nabi Saleh said to them, don't ask for this, because once it comes and then you don't honor her, you are going to be destroyed. And this is what happened. They were all destroyed because of this one she-camel which they did not respect. So in the same way, they are now asking for a table spread upon which the food. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said before that, قَالُوا نُرِيدُ أَن نَأْكُلَ مِنْهَا. Why we are asking for it? نُرِيدُ أَن نَأْكُلَ مِنْهَا. We want to eat from it. وَتَطْمَئِنَّ قُلُوبُنَا. Second thing, and our hearts become satisfied. وَنَعْلَمَ أَنْ قَدْ صَدَقْتَنَا. Third thing, and we know that you are truthful in what you are saying to us. Fourth, وَنَكُونَ عَلَيْهَا مِنَ الشَّاهِدِينَ. And then we will become a witness upon this. Oh, we asked Isa alayhi salam something and he brought it. So he is a true prophet. So four things they gave as reason. What was the answer from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Now Isa alayhi salam responded to their request. قال عيسى ابن مريم اللهم ربنا أنزل علينا مائدة من السماء تكون لنا عيدا لأولنا وآخرنا وآية منك وارزقنا وأنت خير الرازقين. First, according to the narration, Isa alayhi salam said to them, don't ask for such thing. But they said, no, we just want a heavenly food, and we want to enjoy that heavenly food. So Isa ibn Maryam then asked, Allahumma Rabbana. See, to make his dua more strong, Allahumma Allah, and then Rabbana, both names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are there. Allahumma Rabbana, anzil alayna ma'idatan min as-sama'. Bring upon us from the heaven a table which becomes Eid for those people who are first of us and those people who are last of us. وَآيَةً مِنْكَ. And it becomes a sign from you. وَارْزُقْنَا. Sustain us. وَأَنْتَ خَيْرُ الرَّازِقِينَ. You are the best one to sustain. So Isa alayhi salam said, all right, O Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, bring us this table. And the day it will come, it will become Eid for us. As you know that Eid, what does it Eid? Eid is coming from Aada Ya'udu, Arabic word Aada Ya'udu, which repeats, which comes on again and again. And every year we got Eid. So it comes on again and again, that becomes Eid. And as we know that our Prophet ﷺ has used this word, and he said that you have 2 days of Eid, Eid al-Fitr wa Eid al-Adha. And he also said, Shahra Eidin la yanqusani, Ramadan wa Dhul Hijjah. 2 months of Eid, they are not decreased. They are not decreased in what? Not in number, but in sawab, in reward. These 2 months are Ramadan and Dhul Hijjah. It does not mean that they are not decreased. If you say in number, it means that they should always be 30 days each time. No. Sometimes Ramadan is 29. Sometimes Dhul Hijjah is 29. So what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, that even if they are 29, the sawab is not decreased. 29, Ramadan of 29 is equal to Ramadan of 30 days. No decrease in sawab at all. What was the response now from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? قَالَ اللَّهُ إِنِّي مُنَزِّلُهَا عَلَيْكُمْ. Allah said, I am going to bring it down for you. فَمَنْ يَكْفُرْ بَعْدُ مِنْكُمْ فَإِنِّي مُعَذِّبُهُ عَذَابًا لَا أُعَذِّبُهُ أَحَدًا مِنَ الْعَالَمِينَ. But if somebody denies after that, then I am going to punish him. Such a punishment, no one else I am going to punish. In all the worlds like that punishment. Such a great warning. All right, take this table. But if you deny after that, deny Isa alayhi salam, deny my deen, then you will be punished very heavily. It was a great warning. So what about this table? Did it come down? Nothing here about that. Did it come or not? There are two opinions among al-Mufassirin. Most of those narrations which say that it has come down, they are coming from reporters like Ibn Jarir, like Ibn Abi Hatim, like Atiyya al-Rufi, and their collection got weak ahadith. So this is why we don't rely upon ahadith which are coming from them. So they are saying that this table has come down with 7 fish and 7 loaves of bread. But of course it is coming from the heaven, so the taste was a very good taste. And these people, when it came, they started eating from it, and they went away, more people came, they started eating from it. In the same way, for 40 days, they used to eat from it. But as I said, these narrations are coming from such reporters who are not reliable. Among the Tabi'een, we got Qatada, we got Mujahid, and we got Al-Hasan al-Basri, who said that this table did not come down at all. One thing which is amazing, that this is something physical. If it has come down, if it had come down, at least the Christian must have reported it. They got no knowledge about it. There is nothing in Bible about it at all. This is not something which they can deny. If a table is coming from the heaven and people were eating from it, they would be very happy to report it. So there is nothing in Bible about this table at all. So this supports that idea that that table did not come at all. Because why? When Allah SWT said that if you deny after that, then I am going to punish you. Such a punishment, no one has been ever punished in this way. Then they said, no, we don't want it. So this must have happened. So they said, no, we don't want it. Now come to the last bit of this paragraph, ayah. وَإِذْ قَالَ اللَّهُ يَا عِيسَى ابْنَ مَرْيَمَ أَأَنْتَ قُلْتَ لِلنَّاسِ اتَّخِذُونِي وَأُمِّيَ إِلَٰهَيْنِ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking Isa ibn Maryam, did you say to the people, take me and my mother, 2 gods beside Allah? Because Maryam alayhi salam has been worshipped as well. Roman Catholics still believe in her divinity. But after Martin Luther's movement in the 16th century, since then Protestant movement started, they don't believe in Maryam as a god. But still there are people who believe that she is God as well. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, did you say to them, take me and my mother as 2 gods beside Allah? قال سبحانك ما يكون لي أن أقول ما ليس لي بحق. Isa alayhi salam says, Subhanaka, O Allah, you be absolved from all defects. ما يكون لي أن أقول ما ليس لي بحق. It is not my right to say something which is not good for me to say. إن كنت قلته فقد علمت. If I have said it, you must have known it. وَتَعْلَمُ مَا فِي نَفْسِي وَلَا أَعْلَمُ مَا فِي نَفْسِكَ. You know what is in my nafs. I don't know what is in your nafs. إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ عَلَّامُ الْغُيُوبِ. Indeed, you are the one who knows all the ghaib, all the ghaib. Now, so here, some people, they will bring some type of comments here. They say that to use the word nafs for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is not good. You should not use it. Because this nafs is only for the human being. All right, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has used it for himself. Here. وَيُحَذِّرُكُمُ اللَّهُ نَفْسَهُ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warned you of his nafs. كَتَبَ عَلَى نَفْسِهِ الرَّحْمَةِ. And he has recorded upon him, upon his nafs, al-rahmah, the mercy. So there is nothing wrong, because when we say nafsi wa nafsuka, does not mean that they are equal. The same way when we say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Sami and Basir, he listens and he sees, and وَجَعَلْنَاهُ سَمِيًّا بَصِيرًا, and we have made the man Sami and Basir as well. So there is any comparison between the hearing of Allah and hearing of the human being? Is there any comparison between the sight of human being and the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? No comparison at all. Our sight, our listening is limited. We need glasses sometimes. All right, even if you got no glasses, can you see what is behind you? You can't see. This is our sight. Hearing, can you hear what is happening outside? No, you can't. So we can say that the word nafs can be used for Allah and can be used for the human beings. And then Isa a.s. says, مَا قُلْتُ لَهُمْ إِلَّا مَا أَمَرْتَنِي بِهِ. I only said things which you asked me to say. أَنِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ رَبِّي وَرَبَّكُمْ. To worship Allah, Rabbi wa Rabbakum, who is my Rabb and your Rabb. And we said that even if Gospel says sometime that he said, worship Allah, Abi wa Abukum, he is my father and your father. So this word father, even if it was used by Isa a.s., it was a figurative word. The main thing is that he is Allah, he is Rabb, Rabbi wa Rabbakum. This is what he used to say. وَكُنْتُ عَلَيْهِمْ شَهِيدًا مَا دُمْتُ فِيهِمْ. And I was a witness upon them, مَا دُمْتُ فِيهِمْ, as long as I was there with them. فَلَمَّا تَوَفَّيْتَنِي كُنْتَ أَنْتَ الرَّقِيبَ عَلَيْهِمْ. When you made me the wafa, when you made me, when you lifted me, when you took me, كُنْتَ أَنْتَ الرَّقِيبَ عَلَيْهِمْ. You were the one to watch them. وَأَنْتَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ شَهِيدٌ. And you are a witness upon everything. Now, as you say, the word tawaffa, I have discussed it in many lectures. But once again, very briefly, that the word tawaffa, it means three things. Tawaffa, the exact meaning of tawaffa is to take something in full. Tawaffaitu dain, I have taken my loan back as a full loan. Tawaffaitani, istawfaitani. Istawfa, tawaffa, to take something in completeness. That is tawaffa. And the second is sleep. Even sleep, upon sleep, the word tawaffa is used. The third is wafat, death. So you have to see through the indications, qara'in, what word is used here, what meaning is used here. And the most clear ayah about that is the ayah of Surah Zumar. Allahu yatawaffa al-anfusa hina mawtiha wallati lam tamut fi manamiha fayumsiku allati qada alayha al-maut wa yursilu al-ukhra. Allahu yatawaffa al-anfus hina mawtiha. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take all the souls hina mawtiha, at the time of their death, so it means it is death. وَالَّتِي لَمْ تَمُتْ فِي مَنَامِهَا. And the one who is not dead yet, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take his soul as well, فِي مَنَامِهَا, in his sleep. So it means the word tawaffa is used to taking the soul when a person is still asleep. فَيُمْسِكُ الَّذِي قَضَى عَلَيْهِ الْمَوْتِ. So what happens? The soul which is destined to die, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala retain it, does not leave it back, let it go back. وَيُرْسِلُ الْأُخْرَى. And the one which is not destined to die, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala send it back. So here the word, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Ali Imran, إذ قال الله يا عيسى إني متوفيك ورافعك إلي ومطهرك من الذين كفروا وجاعل الذين اتبعوك فوق الذين كفروا إلى يوم القيامة إني متوفيك. Some people say, oh, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that when I am going to cause you die, and then وَرَافِعُكَ إِلَيَّ, and I am going to lift you towards me. Does not mean death here. Why? What is the point? Rafi'uka ilayya, I am going to lift you towards me. All the souls go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If it means that he has died, then his soul will go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So what is the meaning of lifting someone alive, someone to the heaven? So we have to translate inni mutawaffika, that I am going to take you whole, body and soul. I will take you up. And how? وَرَافِعُكَ إِلَيَّ, I will lift you towards me. This is what happened to Isa alayhi salam. So Isa alayhi salam is saying, now Isa alayhi salam will come a second time as well. So he is saying, I am a witness. وَكُنْتُ عَلَيْهِمْ شَهِيدًا, I am a witness upon them, مَا دُمْتُ فِيهِمْ, as long as I was among them. So he was among them twice, once in his first coming and once in his second coming. So he is saying that I am only a witness upon these two timings. After that, before that, I don't know. فَلَمَّا تَوَفَّيْتَنِي, once you have taken me, كُنْتَ أَنْتَ الرَّقِيبَ عَلَيْهِ, you are the one who was watching him. Why you are asking me that? وَأَنْتَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ شَهِيدٍ, and you are a shaheed, a witness upon everything. So we must know that the word tawaffa got these three meanings, and you have to understand which meaning is applicable in a certain context of the ayat. We don't want any room for any person to say that I am a prophet after Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Like this prophet who came in India, and it is very sad, and we are also from India, Pakistan. So that man who came in India, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, he said, I am a prophet. All right. First he said, I am a Messiah, I am Isa. People said, you are not Isa. Isa alayhi salam has been raised alive to the heaven. He said, no. Quran says, Inni mutawaffika, I will cause you die. So he died in his first coming. So there is no more Isa. I am the Isa. So this is how he wanted to make a room for himself to become a prophet. And we believe that Isa alayhi salam was taken alive to the heaven. He is the one who will come down once again. Not anybody like Mirza Ghulam Ahmad who was born here in this world, and then he says that I am Isa. That is a false claim. Imposter, Nabi, imposter Messiah, Dajjal. Then Isa alayhi salam would make a dua of intercession. In tu'adhibhum fa innahum ibaduk. Because Isa alayhi salam now knows that the people, what they have done after him, they have declared Isa alayhi salam as one of the gods, Maryam as one of the gods. So this is why he says, in tu'azzibhum fa innahum ibadu. If you punish them, if you give them azab, fa innahum ibadu. They are your people, your creation, your people, your abd. So you are justified to do whatever you want. Wa in taghfir lahum. But if you forgive them, the end of this ayah, somebody would say, it should be فَإِن تَغْفِرْ لَهُمْ فَإِنَّكَ أَنْتَ الْغَفُورُ الرَّحِيمُ. It should be Ghafur Rahim. Because if you forgive them, then you are forgiving and merciful. That should be the end of the ayah. But this is not the end of the ayah. The end of the ayah is فَإِنَّكَ أَنْتَ الْعَزِيزُ الْحَكِيمُ. In تَغْفِرْ لَهُمْ, if you forgive them, so you are the dominant, you are the wise. Why did he not say Al-Ghafur Rahim? When he is asking, when you ask forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allahumma aghfir li, Anta al-Ghafur, Anta al-Rahim, Anta al-Ghafur Rahim. Is not that the case? But here Isa alayhi salam is not saying that. Why? Because Isa alayhi salam knows that I can't make intercession for a mushrik. I can't make a mushrik. So this is why I said, if you want to punish them, punish them. I don't worry. That is your choice. But if you forgive them, then you are dominant and you are wise. When it is in your hand, if you want to do, you can do that. Huh? But he would not apply here these ayat or these sifat of Al-Ghafur Rahim. Ghafur Rahim, he did not say that here because he knew that there is no maghfirah for shirk. And this is the narration of Abu Zar radiyallahu ta'ala. There is a woman, Jasra bint Badala al-Amiriyya. She is reporting that I went for Umrah. I came to Rabza. Rabza is a locality outside al-Madinah where Sayyidina Abu Zar was staying. He was staying there alone, and it was a wilderness. And then she asked Abu Zar about the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ reading this ayah one night in Qiyamul Layl. And then he said that, yes, it happened like this, that I was with the Prophet ﷺ, and Prophet ﷺ was praying alone. I came. He asked me, or he indicated to me to stand on my right. And then Ibn Masud came, Abdullah ibn Masud, and he indicated to him to stand on his left. And that night he was reading this ayah again and again. إِن تُعَذِّبْهُمْ فَإِنَّهُمْ عِبَادُكَ وَإِن تَغْفِرْ لَهُمْ فَإِنَّكَ أَنْتَ الْعَزِيزُ الْحَكِيمُ. Repeating this ayah, repeating this ayah. Oh Allah, if you punish them, that is, they are your ibad. And if you forgive them, you are Aziz, you are Hakim. And we asked him this question, why you were repeating this ayah? And he said, I was asking intercession for my ummah, for my ummah. By reading this ayah, he was asking intercession for my ummah, yani, oh Allah, forgive my ummah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I accept your intercession. I accept your shafa'ah. For all those people among your ummah who did not do shirk, they are all forgiven. That is the shafa'ah of our Prophet ﷺ on the Day of Judgment. So there is a great hope, great hope, great hope for all the ummah of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, that they would be forgiven with the shafa'ah of the Prophet ﷺ. But this condition is very, very hard, very strict. That they did not commit shirk with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is not a very simple thing. Most of the ummah, you can see that, how they commit shirk. Leaving the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in their dua, and they are asking the name of their awliya. Huh? What is this? Everywhere in the Muslim lands there are tombs. There is the graves of their awliya. These awliya people, they were pious people. They have done good. They have spread Islam. But it does not mean that you declare them as the one who can help you on the Day of Judgment, who can help you to solve your problems. Even if you got any problem, any worries, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya Allah, unsurni, Ya Allah, urzuqni, Ya Allah. Always ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I was just listening to that short story. In the end, it might be good to make you more happy. So this man who was narrating the story, that he is a school teacher in a secondary school in Makkah. And later he was appointed to accept, or he was accepted in the admission department to accept the new students. He said that one day, a man, he was a wealthy person, he brought his son to the headmaster, not to him, to the headmaster. He said, I want this boy to be admitted here in this school. It was a model school, good school, so everybody wants to be admitted there. And master said, where are the sheets of his results from the previous school? And when he saw the sheet, he said, no, his numbers does not make him qualify to be admitted. You can't. The man said, you don't know who am I? I'm so and so. Accept my son. He said, no. Here we accept on this qualification, not with any intercession. So he started he became very difficult with him. And the headmaster thought in himself that if the man is of this nature of disputing and using harsh words, what about the son? So better not to accept him at all. So he rejected him. So the man went away and he tried through various means to approach the headmaster to accept his son. But no, he was very, very adamant not to accept him. Now this teacher who is narrating the story from the Department of Admission, he says that once we have completed the list, I saw that there are still 3 more places left. So I started phoning the people in the waiting list. Nobody picked the phone. At once a lad appeared to me and he said to me, please accept me. Normally people come with their fathers, with their mothers. You are coming alone. He said, no, please accept me. So he said, where's your sheet of the marks from the previous school? And when he saw the sheet, he said, you can't be qualified to enter into this school. But after talking to this boy, the man said, all right, we can accept him, because we still got some places in the school. So in the end, he accepted him and he gave him a note, go to the book department, take your books, go to the certain class and join the class. The boy was surprised. He said, am I accepted? He said, yes, you are accepted. He started weeping and crying. Why you are weeping and crying? He said, I came with my father and they did not accept me. I'm the same lad, Headmaster did not accept me, and you accepted me in such haste. He says, why I'm surprised? And then he said, how did I come? My mother went to Haram and she took hold of the curtain of the Kaaba and she asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya Allah, let my boy admit in this school, get into this school. She prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And she was so convinced that she came back and she said to the lad, go to the school yourself and you will be admitted. And this is what happened. So the man is saying, this teacher is saying that, see, there was no possibility for him to enter into the school, but that was the dua of his mother. To whom? To Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made some means for this boy to get into the school. And who was the mean? Myself. The teacher is saying, myself. I was made a mean by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to get his dua approved and responded. And then he says that I will ask everybody, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whenever you want to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is going to provide for you the means. Now let us come to the end ayat. قال الله هذا يوم ينفع الصادقين صدقهم. Allah said, this is the day the truthful people would benefit because of their truthfulness. لهم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها أبدا. They will have gardens underneath, the rivers are flowing. They will abide therein forever. رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه. Allah is pleased with them and they are pleased with Allah. ذلك الفوز العظيم, and that is the biggest success. لله ملك السماوات والأرض وما فيهن وهو على كل شيء قدير. To Allah belongs the kingdom of the heaven and the earth and whatever in it. وهو على كل شيء قدير, and He is able upon everything. And here this ayah number 120, Surah Al-Ma'idah comes to an end. وصلى الله تعالى على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.